Hey, hi, and hello, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and I have no idea how to introduce this video. Yeah, I'm kind of bewildered when it comes to breaching the topic of one of my least favorite things on the internet, Ben Shapiro. If you've spent any amount of time on the internet, you most likely know him as one of the biggest billionaire-funded culture war gremlins that the right wing has to offer. And while a majority of Ben's content is geared towards stuff like laundering bad right-wing ideas, glazing Trump and Elon Musk, and saying that Derek Chauvin should be free when he absolutely, positively should not, if you know anything about how these right-wing grifters operate and build their brands, a lot of their content is also devoted toward engaging in various facets of pop culture. Now, in the music community, some instances of Ben famously doing that mostly revolve around him like being very dismissive toward a lot of mainstream hip-hop music. He's pretty notorious for his readings of lyrics from tracks like Sexy Red's Pound Town, as well as Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, WAP.
I said certified freak 7 days a week. Wet ass P-word. Make that pullout game weak. My coochie pink. My booty hole brown.
But believe it or not, Ben is not hostile toward all art. He actually happens to be a pretty big fan of the theater. He is surprisingly a big fan of Wicked. Even the recent Wicked movie having high praise for Cynthia Erivo, despite the fact that she has oftentimes been a bit of a target in right-wing circles for, looking weird or acting a little strange, being kind of eccentric. So yeah, Ben seemingly does have some taste in some things, but not all of his takes are valid or good. I mean, again, we are talking about a little paid right-wing weirdo who did a fucking rap song with Tom MacDonald.
Hip-hop isn't music.
So anyway, in this ongoing effort to engage in numerous pieces of pop culture as a means of getting attention and getting views, Ben has once again commented on something pretty relevant in the music space, Coachella, which, understandable, one of the biggest festivals out there in the music world.
Nothing would be lost to human society if Coachella went away.
And there actually were some pretty relevant political goings-on at Coachella this year. However, looking at Ben Shapiro's Instagram page, they're not really turning up. He seems to be devoting more time and focus toward Paris Hilton dressing like a hooker and not addressing the glaring issue of legendary based hip-hop trio Kneecap putting up a big visual that I'm not going to say literal. I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to get shadow banned. These social media platforms out here right now are getting real aggressive when it comes to people speaking out against the G word happening in the P word right now. But yeah, this has been a big point of discussion at Coachella. Even Sharon Osbourne of being married to Ozzy fame. Yeah, even she's getting in on the action, talking about how disgusting this whole display was. Your fucking husband wrote War Pigs. What's wrong with you? Are you an idiot? But anyway, you would think a blow up on a topic such as this, as big as this, would be the main draw for Ben Shapiro at the Coachella Festival. But no, his biggest focus here actually is Horse Girl.
I've been made aware of an artist who calls herself Horse Girl. Horse, G-I-I-R, large L.
An artist who is part person, part horse, part DJ, who I have been talking about on my channels, been talking to on my channels. You know, hate to say I told you so, but I've been telling you guys, Horse Girl is it. She's ahead of the curve. She's the new wave. She is the future, and now I am validated in that because seemingly Ben Shapiro's a fan. Now, you might be thinking, Anthony, what the hell are you talking about? And honestly, I'm not sure either.
Long mane, big hoof, shiny coat, what's new? Small ears, so cute, nice tail, good mood. My barn, my rules. My toys, my tools.
Because given what I know of Ben Shapiro and people that make content like Ben Shapiro, if they were to make a video or a reaction to someone like Horse Girl, I would guess with like 99% accuracy that would most likely be a video where they're just like kind of gawking at how weird and dumb and stupid this person is for dressing like a horse. Maybe even connect that to, I don't know, a fake story about gender fluid high school kids needing freaking litter box boxes in their school because they're also part cat and they don't want to go to the bathroom in a toilet.
The sort of lack of spiritual humanity in all of this is quite evident. When human beings want to be animals, that is never a good sign for a civilization. And the more we embrace this idea that actually humans and horses the same, the worse it is for humans. Very, very bad.
Yeah, you would figure that's the direction Ben would go with this video, but he starts reacting to Horse Girl's music, specifically Eat, Sleep, Slay, Repeat, which I've talked about is one of the best songs of last year, because in fact it is. And he can't even really seem to muster up even just like a lick of negativity for it. Even piling on the music video where a person in Horse Girl's mask is like doing backflips and gymnastics and shit. In a training area where horses would be running around doing jumps. I'm not into any equestrian shit. I don't know what these terms are. Don't bother me. I mean, look, I enjoy music for a living. I observe other people enjoying music for a living. I know when somebody is liking something, and Ben seems to actually be into Horse Girl's music. I don't know if it's the hook or the sound or maybe even the theatrics of it all, but he genuinely seems to be appreciating on some level the shtick.
Horse Girl first entered the spotlight in 2022 with the hit song My Barn, My Rules, which I got to admit is kind of hilarious. She credits her musical passion, if you can call that music, to her upbringing, claims to have been discovered by Whitney Houston, which is really funny, actually.
On some level, Ben does genuinely seem to be a clopper. The boomer morons in Ben's comments are doing a better job of hating on Horse Girl than Ben is himself. Like, in the longer YouTube reaction, the only part where Ben doesn't really seem to be enjoying himself is when he's actually watching the live rave experience.
Why? Oh, man. When does the asteroid come?
Which, like, given how annoying and dorky and particular Ben Shapiro tends to be, he's the poster boy for undiagnosed neurodivergence. Like, of course you wouldn't do well at a rave with all the lights and the whooping sounds. But Ben, that's why they make ketamine. Put on your Daisy Dukes and a flannel, take some of that, jump into the rave, you'll be fine.
Because the humans are using the ketamine, the horses don't have the ketamine. Well, I feel like,
But yeah, I think we found Ben Shapiro's favorite artist here, genuinely. And it just so happens to be a DJ that is also a horse. Seriously, though, why would he post this? This makes no sense. He just seems genuinely into it. This is not the sort of thing that he shares with the world usually. But hey, you know, maybe one day, and I'm gonna hope for this, maybe one day he'll live his truth and stop making his repression everyone else's problem by being a bigoted idiot. And that is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. You guys are the best. Love you. Over here next to my head is another one that you can check out. Let me know in the comments what you think about Horse Girl or Ben Shapiro liking Horse Girl. And I will see you guys in the next one. Anthony Fantano, horses, girls, forever.